part 2, joining yokes and shoulder seams. Take your lower blouse and place your yoke on top of it, right sides facing. Just put one pin into the corner and then take the facing, which could be the same fabric of course, and place it underneath it so that the right side of this facing faces the wrong side of the lower blouse. Pin into place and then stitch across it, and when you have stitched across it, what you will find, it's completely encased and looks really, really nice. Do the same on the back. Place the upper yoke on top of the lower back of the blouse. Pin. Take the facing, again, could be the same fabric, couldn't it? Flip it down. Place the back on top so it's completely encasing the lower part of the blouse again, and pin across. So you now have got 3 layers. Make sure that they really sit nicely on top of each other. There is nothing worse than having to unpick this. And now you can see it's completely encased again. Now I've sewn it, all I need to do is iron it, and if you have got a label, this is a good point to put it in. Now we want to do some top stitching on the yoke, and I would take a good distance from the edge where you've got the seam. It doesn't look good if it's too close. You also might want to consider using a thicker top stitching thread, and if you haven't got one of those, you can use the triple stitch like I am doing here. What that does, it gives you a really thick line. Next we're going to close the shoulder seam so that you can't see a thing, and the seam allowances go in opposite directions. So how you do that is place the front on top of the back, fold the front yoke away and just pin together your lining or your facing. Then pick up the outer part, the shell, flip it over like this and pin it again. And when you've sewn these, of course, they lie both to the inside the seams and it's completely clean. When you iron this, make sure that the seam allowances go in different directions, and then you can also top stitch that if you like. Now we're going to do the placket, which needs filine ironed across the whole bit of it. And we're going to sew with a 1 cm seam allowance the placket to the inside of the front first. And when that is sewn, it's going to be rolled to the outside, as you can see here on the finished product. You iron over one side 1 cm and just simply fold it over and down. Then a few pins, and we can now top stitch this down again with a triple stitch or a thicker top stitching thread. And here you can see quite nicely the difference between using a standard thread and the triple stitch.